you can do the thing. No matter what you're doing, by the way, I don't know why you're looking at that. No matter what you're doing, no matter what's going on, I believe you can get the thing done. All right, well, everyone, thank you so very much for joining me. I am here with Asmodan0588. It is doing his introduction, so at the moment he can't hear me and I can't hear him, but we will be on a Discord, and you will be able to hear the chats between me and him. It'll be cool. So I have, 14 and a half minutes to wait. So basically, he has a 15-minute intro, just to make sure people can show up with him, stuff like that. Asman sent me a thing. I don't know why you're showing this. Oh, yeah, streaming, because he's streaming. Oh, hey, cool, wonderful. So yeah, we have 14 minutes to chat. So yeah, so what we're going to be doing today is we are going to basically, Asmodan wants to get into programming, which is cool. Programming's cool, and he's interested in it, and he wants to try it. So I'm going to be here basically answering any questions he has, trying to lead him down the path to figure out more information. Because learning how to program, especially when you're trying to figure out by yourself, is a lot of work. Really, it is a lot of work. So that's what I'm doing. I'm on CodeBunk. It's pretty nice. It's used for interviews, but it's pretty easy to do like a lot of coding stuff as well. So this is cool. What's Julia? Java. C#, C++. No. Fuck you. Alright, so Haskell. I can do Haskell right now. This is really cool, huh? Oh, what? Oh, that's really cool. It comments it out. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. Oh, that's awesome. Let's go back to Python, shall we? Fuck you. What are you doing? Why'd you reload? Don't reload. I don't want you to reload. Go back to Python 3. All right. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be I'm just basically just going to be here to help Asmodan0588 work his way into coding to figure stuff out. And so we're using CodeBunk, so it's a collaborative environment. So if he's typing on here, I can see it. If I'm typing, he can see it. I'm going to use Chrome to do things. Unfortunately, we're not really doing a screen share, so that's going to be the hard part. But I don't know, it'll be fun. So he just said Python. I don't know why he chose Python. I have no idea, but Python's cool and all. I don't know anything about Python, actually. Right, 11 and a half minutes to go. Awesome. So yeah, I don't know. I told him that I'd be able to chat for 15 minutes and just talk my head off for 15 minutes. But 15 minutes is a long time. Do you guys know that? If we go to learn X and Y. By the way, learn X and Y minutes is actually a pretty cool thing. You should take a look at that. Just like it's a simple tour of languages and other stuff. So it has things like Python, which I'm going to look at. And if Sergeant Alpha was here, he'd actually might be able to help us tell us between the difference in Python and Python 3. Single line comments is a hash. Multi-line comments is 3 quotes. Numbers, math, integer division, rounds down for positive. Rounds down, okay. Not truncated. Result of division is always a float. Oh, integer division is 2 divs, and this is a div. Okay, modulo operation, exponent. Enforce precedence with parentheses. Boolean values are true and false. Negate with not. True and false is false. False or true equals true. Makes sense. And or is case sensitive. True and false are actually 1s and 0s, but with the different keywords. Okay. Comparisons look the same. Using Boolean logical operators on int casts them to Booleans for evaluation, but their non-cast value is returned. Right? Equality, inequality, comparisons. Seen where the values in range. If one is less than 2 and 2 is less than 3. If 2 is less than 3 is less than 2. Train makes this look nicer. Oh, you can chain in Python? Oh, that's if 1 is less than 2, which is less than 3. Oh, that's so fucking cool. Checks if 2 variables are the same object, but equals. Is checks the 2 variables refer to the same object, but equals checks the objects have pointed to the same value. Alright, that's cool. Strings are with double quotes or single quotes. Strings can be concatenated. String can be treated like a list of characters. Makes sense. Length of a string. Alright. What about objects? Python has a print function. Print input string var. Okay. Some variable, some unknown var. Lists store sequences, pop append. There's a lot of stuff here. Like, then you get into object. This is really long. Balls. Balls to the walls. Oh my god. Multiple inheritance? Oh shit, is there multiple inheritance in this? Oh. Oh, that sounds horrible. Inheritance. Inheritance. Da-da-da-da-da. Let's go to Twitter. Not on my main computer, because I don't want you to see that, even though it doesn't matter. Let's log in. Oh, that's that Pergamon guy. Can't really do much with it. That's fine. No one's want to talk to me. I have 7.5 minutes left. There's just inheritance. Let's get to class. Classes! Class human. A class attribute is shared by all instances of the class, so this is a static. Basic initializer, so constructor. This is called when the class is instantiated. Note that the double leading and trailing underscores denote objects or attributes that are used by Python but that live in user-controlled namespaces. Methods or objects or attributes like under int, under or under str are called special methods or some called dunder methods. You should not invent names on your own. Init is the constructor you pass in itself and its name. An instance method, all methods take self as the first argument. A class method is shared amongst all instances. They are called with calling class. Modules, all right. Functions. Use def to create new functions. Def add x and y. Var args. A pointer to args. You can define functions take a variable number of keyword arguments as well. That sounds fucking crazy. Okay. Interesting. There's a lot of stuff Python can do. It's really interesting. That's a lot of stuff I've just tried to consume. It hasn't really worked so much, has it? Hey, everyone. they can join. All right. Pure script. Oh, I can pause on the JavaScript. That's interesting. Okay. 4 minutes, 5 minutes left. All right. We can do this. I'm kind of nervous. Like, I'm kind of nervous. It's really weird. I don't know why I'm so nervous. Probably because I've never done this before. It's like, I know a lot about programming, you know, and I trust myself to help other people learn it. But this is the first time I've actually done it and, like, a legit have done this. So I'm not talking a lot right now. That's fine. Actually, it's really interesting because I think in logic, or at least when you're talking about discrete integers, the colon actually stands for assigned to, or unless some people use it in pseudocode as well. So let x, which is a I32 be 1, let y, which is an I32 be 13. Oh, I see. And you're saying you're forcing it to be 32. Is this forcing it to be 64? Okay, I get it. But yeah, Rust is the next thing I want to do after I do Haskell. For the fuck a duck, the thingy. That's the thingy, which is the fuck a duck. Oh my god. Which is the stuff. It's Asmodan. Oh yeah, I should do that, huh? Sure. Yeah, there we go. Why'd you pause? Shush. Are you just like not working that well? Alright, you're going now. Can I hear you? I can. Okay, that's fine. Just keep on 2 anyway. Let's unmute myself. Let's put this up here. Alright. Stuff's going, guys. We're going pretty well. I don't know. I'm excited. I hope you're all excited too. Kind of nervous? I don't know why. I'm kind of nervous still. It'll be fun though. I mean, I like talking about programming. It is fun. It is something fun to do. So, what other languages are on here? But yeah, learn X and Y minutes is really cool. What's B? Oh, BF is brain fuck, right? C. Chicken? What's chicken? Chicken is notation of a scheme programming language that can compile scheme programs to C code as well as interpret them. Chicken supports RSR, R5RS, and R7RS standards and many extensions. What scheme? You're not on here? Okay, that's weird. 3, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37. Viper and Whip. Whip smack. That seems like there's code that codes into this, that codes into this, that codes into this, that codes into this, that codes into this. That's so much stuff. Anyway, 8 seconds left, guys. Let's do this shit, motherfuckers. Let's do it. There we go.
Hey there.
All right. I was like, oh no, I can't hear you.
Yeah, that was that tiny about 30 seconds where I was just going to have it for myself just to kind of introduce the stream.
Oh, right. I forgot.
Bring that over. No worries. All right. So I have it set up and ready to go.
Yar, this is going to be great. I'm so excited. I've never done this before. Like, I'm kind of nervous. Like, I shouldn't be, and there's no reason for me to be nervous. No, I remember.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I was actually listening to your stream on my phone.
Oh. Well, I'm glad I didn't say anything too bad. No, I actually, when I was doing program tutoring, somebody actually wanted me to help them learn how to program, and I couldn't do it. I backed out. But no, I feel fine. So, Mr. Asmodan, you're trying to get into the wonderful world of software development.
Pretty much, yeah.
And why are you trying to get into software development? It's a lot of work.
I know it's a lot of work. I mean, it kind of stemmed from my dream job as a kid, because it started off as being a video game tester, and then as I grew up, I realized that's a fucking stupid job. Let's make the games.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went into the programming. I started doing the courses, but it started I only got into the very bare basics, and then kid happened, money ran out, that stopped.
Mm-hmm.
But it everyone's always like, oh well, it's boring. There's tons of coding and everything. But the thing is I already love and enjoy making Excel sheets, very complex ones,
Mm-hmm.
to do things. So I'm like, well, I mean, the natural next step to get more advanced stuff is programming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It feels weird. I know we just spoke before we started and today as well, but I feel like this is more of an interview. It's so weird, but I know it's not. I need to get back into the conversational mood. But that aside, yeah, no. Speaking of how everyone's like, oh my god, it's so boring. There are actually a lot of people who don't like programming, who do think it's boring. My wife is one of them. She's like, I'm never gonna do that again. She did some, and there are some people who got into it and they're like, I just don't like it. And there are some people as well where they like programming, but what they do for their job is boring. So
Did you
yes.
just mute yourself accidentally?
No, hold on.
Because all of a sudden it just dropped out. I heard they get into and then it was just dead, and then you finish up with 5 seconds later.
Oh no, I moved something. I moved wires, so I will not touch the wires again.
Okay.
Yeah, no, some people like it, some people don't. I love programming, it's fun. Sergeant Alpha, I bet he loves it as well.
Seems like it.
But yeah, so programming, yeah, making the game is fun. I actually got into programming because I want to make a better Sonic 2D game.
Oh. And how did that one go?
I haven't made one yet.
Oh, okay.
I haven't made one because I was waiting for Sonic, a good Sonic 4, not the Sonic 4 bullshit that we got. Can I cuss?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Wonderful. Just making sure. Because I did notice you marked yourself as your stream is mature. Making sure. But
I mean, I don't cuss constantly, and in my opinion, if you let the occasional one slip, it's not too big of a deal for mature or not.
Okay. Just making sure. But anyway, I want to make a better Sonic 2D game, and I never made one yet. But I got to learn programming, and it's pretty fun. I love it.
Yeah.
So now the question's where to start?
Well, let's start with what we see on here. So let's line. So line 1 is telling us what libraries are included, and 2 actually does the actual libraries, right?
Yes, one quick second here. I'm going to use my Windows to be awesome. There you go. I guess, actually, so Python is... Yeah, so why Python? Were you just like, Python sounds cool?
Python was the main, I watch, oh god, what's that? Code Bullet, and he said, oh, the best way to like kind of get into like a good introduction step for learning coding by yourself is Python. So I'm like, okay, well, let's try out Python, and then from there I can step in further.
I see. Cool. So yeah, so what we have in front of us, it's a simple print statement. So print is used to just like, is just basically print stuff to the screen. So right now the screen is the window, and my mouse is messing up here. There you go. The screen is just the window. Okay, I can't do that. Let's get that away. So the screen is just the window. You'd also maybe do it on the command prompt, where you do like probably Python space print hello world or Python 3. So yeah, you can print whatever you want, and then it shows up, which is cool. So yeah, printing is to print stuff up here. So if you want to make a video game though, let's we could do the basics, but I'm wondering if there's a video game library for Python 3. Video game libraries.
Okay.
Oh, so
I'm guessing libraries are just have like royalty-free assets that anyone can kind of use?
Not royalty assets. So, libraries are a set of functions and classes that you can use. So you can basically take the code, put it in your own directory by unit project, tell Python go import this project from here, and then you can use all its code. So let's say, the library has like code for being like, here's to put sprites on a screen. Instead of yourself hand rolling those sprites, or the logic to display sprites on a screen and the logic for double buffering a video game, this library might have it, so you don't have to basically reinvent the wheel.
Oh, that's good. That makes things a lot easier.
Yes, programming is sometimes just a lot of learning how to take different libraries together and put them together in a way that works.
Okay.
So inventwithpython.com/pyganim says a simple modular handling sprite animation. So there's a lot of stuff here. Interesting. So video games, huh? Interesting. Yeah. So we could start with our own video game, actually. Not like something with a lot of stuff, but we could do, if we go, like, we could do things like almost like a simple, like, choose your own adventure game.
Okay.
So, as you program me, you're gonna be like, how do I do this thing, and how do I do this thing, and how do I do this thing? You're not gonna know everything, and that is okay. I don't know everything either. Sergeant Alpha doesn't know everything. Ben Storjup, whatever, the person who invented the C++ programming language, he doesn't know everything.
Yeah, I mean, that's why there's all the websites out there to like, hey, if you need to do this, here's some things you can use.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And one reason I tell you that, because I don't know everything, that nobody knows everything, is because there are a lot of people, when they start programming, they're like, wow, I don't know this, and wow, I don't know this, thus I must be stupid. And I fell into that trap when I was learning Java. For example, it's like, if you want to test if a number is even or not, divide it by 2. If the remainder is 0, it's even. If the remainder is 1, it's odd. I'm like, I didn't know that, thus I'm stupid.
Yeah, I fell into that trap when I started doing Excel stuff,
because
I ended up teaching myself Excel, and then I was like, well, I mean, then I just accidentally ended up finding the equation list, and I realized it's like 150 equations long or more. I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm going to remember everything.
And you're like, because I can't remember everything, thus I'm not good at this. It's like, that's not... Alright, so we're going to make a simple game, which is basically, it's going to display text, and then we are going to do a get input from the user. And then from there, if they type one thing, we're going to say something else. If they type another thing, we're going to go somewhere else. So this will be kind of do I have that book right here? No, I gave it away. A simple, you can just choose, kind of write whatever you want. I'll show you more, but write whatever you want. Basically, make a decision of like, does the person go left or right, or does the person go up or down? Does the person throw the rock or not throw the rock? Stuff like that. So this is going to involve conditionals, writing, stuff like that.
Okay.
So one thing I want to show you is, so we have print hello world. So what print does is it puts in a new line. So if we write a print hello again, no semicolon because this is Python, do a run. It actually it's to hello world and hello again.
Yeah.
And so let's say for some reason you don't want to write a second print statement, but you want it on a new line. You use something called an escape character, which is /n, which stands for new line. And then you're going to go like this, hello again. And then if you run it, you get 2 lines.
Okay.
So escape characters are used to tell the text to do something. For example, what do you think would happen if after the exclamation mark I put a quote? But I wanted to put a quote into what was printed. Like, why not try it? Just put a quote there and try to run it. See what happens.
Well, like, so just like type something out and put in a quotation, like a quote.
Yeah, like if you wanted to actually print out a quote character.
Oh, okay. So it'd be a.
So first strings are, so basically what you're printing is called a string, like a string of characters. So all strings are surrounded by either double quotes or single quotes. Python accepts both. You just have to be consistent. So if you start a string with a single quote, end it with a single quote. But since you're doing a double, then the last thing that you're going to put in before the parenthesis would be a double quote.
Okay, so
So
for some reason that went in one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
No worries. This is a lot. So this is my first time I'm going to be jumping around the space. So let's make it a bit easier for you. I don't mean to say you're not bad. I'm just being like, let's get rid of all the other layers in front of this question. So if I have this, right?
Okay.
What would this print right here?
It wouldn't print anything because there's nothing actually in there yet.
Good job. So if you wanted to print a quote, what would you do?
I mean, normally I would put the quotation marks and then write in the quote.
Mm-hmm.
But being that the quotation marks are being used as a way to define it,
Mm-hmm.
there's probably another command that you would need to do to put it in, correct?
You are very correct. And good job, Asmodean. You're awesome. So this is another escape sequence where you do that.
Okay.
And so then it gets really confusing. So now if you want to put quotes around hello world, you write hello world and then you do the /quote again.
So and then
Other way. Other slash.
Right.
There you go. And then quote. There you go. And now if you print it, it'll print hello world but with the quotes around it.
Okay, so and then I just click run.
Yep.
Hey.
There you go.
Nice.
And so there's things like there's the new line. If you wanted to actually enter the slash, you do that to put in a slash.
Okay.
Yeah, so escape sequences to do things. There's actually a lot of escape sequences. But awesome, here we go. So now that you know how to print things, the next thing we need to do is I don't know how to put variable. I don't know how to do variables in Python. Okay, it's just like that. So now let's say like you want to store hello world into something that you can refer to, like almost like a map, right?
Okay.
That's called a variable. So actually, since you do Excel,
it'd be like referencing a certain cell.
It's referencing a certain cell, and that's basically it. So how variables work is I'm going to introduce right now to an integer. So an integer is any number from like 1, 2, 3, 4 down to negative something up to positive something. So if I wanted an integer, and let's call it, I don't know, time since now, equals, I don't know, 5. And now, if we print time since now, that will show up as 5.
Okay.
There we go. So you can also... Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I'm just trying to get this. So when you do a variable, you put in the what's going to be the reference point, which is time since now.
Mm-hmm.
Then you do space equals space, and then
Mm-hmm.
after you and whatever is whenever you put like print time since now, it just comes out with whatever's up there. So if I were to go like, because I am 5.
Mm-hmm. Now, before you do that, that S in Awesome Sauce, make that capital.
Okay.
Now it's because there's no spaces in variable names. It just makes it easier to read.
Okay, that makes sense. And then I would go print, awesome sauce, and oops, run.
Reaper is not defined. What does Reaper refer to?
I was going to be using the name of the Overwatch character.
Okay.
It's going to be the word that they're putting in.
So what Python sees is you go, Reaper refers to a number or to something else. You've actually haven't... There you go. Double quote or something. Yeah, there you go. That's what you're looking for. Now you're saying Awesome Sauce refers to a string, and that string contains the word Reaper. There you go. That's how it works. So that is what it is. Temperature in this room is going up.
Pretty cool that on the right side it actually tells you, hey, when you're trying this is exactly this is what's kind of doing the problem. Exactly.
And the compilers have actually gotten quite good. Cuz these don't have semicolons. But if we quickly switch, like, let's say I'm just going to go to C#, mostly everything ends with a semicolon. So when you're first starting with like C or C++ or Java, a lot of introductory errors are you forgot semicolons. But when I started, let's say if I did like this, right line, hello. Let's say if I missed this semicolon, the compiler wouldn't tell me, oh, you missed a semicolon on line 8. It would instead say, oh, console makes no sense.
I remember doing that when I was in
so let's go back to
university.
Yeah. Let's just do this because I'm lazy. You don't let me do that. That's fine. Home. There we go. Yeah. So, whoa, these are off. Why are these so off?
Yeah, like why is Awesome Sauce red and the same with print?
You know what? I'm just gonna do this. There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, it's fucking.
There's still the space. Isn't it? Or was there something else up there?
No, that's correct. It's space delimited. Fuck.
Okay.
Oh, I hate space delimited. I appreciate you. You are appreciated. Anti-aware. Thank you for the follow. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay, that's cool. I love it. So that's how it works. The Awesome Sauce how it works. So if you want to, so now we're able to print stuff, right?
Okay.
We're able to assign stuff to variables. You did Awesome Sauce. So now we need to get stuff from outside, right? Because we're gonna do if the user has typed this, do this. If the user has typed this, do this.
Yeah.
So we need to accept input. So do me a favor, Asmodan, and go onto your favorite search engine,
Okay.
and basically type out something like how to get input from the user Python.
Okay.
And because you're going to have to learn how to search things up, because that's what you do. That's what everyone does.
Okay. And then, so if I did that, it would expect person to do this, and then yeah, a second.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, actually, sorry,
That's okay. You're learning.
text or message display on the output screen.
I got a push notification that says you're streaming. That's awesome. Ooh, I heard that.
Yeah, that's because my phone's like not even a foot away from my mic. Which is like, I don't normally have it there, so normally it's a lot quieter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Now, if you want to, you could also, I don't know how you're streaming, but you can also, I do this on my programming streams, right? Just stream my computer so people can see what I'm looking at as well. You are free to do that if you want to, but you do not have to. It is not a requirement.
yeah, I like to keep things a little bit separate, like what I'm working on, and then I have my information off to the side.
Totes and goats.
I think the only thing I mean, it's mainly because I don't want people to see like my hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tabs. Because someone has my like personal like work stuff and.
I see. No, man, you need those hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tabs, or else how will they know you're a programmer?
I just don't want them to see my work stuff because it has like symbols and everything like, that would identify my work.
Oh, makes sense. No, I get it. I understand.
Okay, so. Okay. Syntax error. So.
Oh, make sure you put Python 3 and not Python.
Okay, yeah, that would probably be it.
Yeah, I forgot. Yes.
Okay, so.
Okay, that's how it works.
It wouldn't be this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just make a separate thing here. So, if I do. Now, this one's showing a bunch of these symbols. Are those actually required or no?
No, those would be symbols you'd see in your command prompt.
Okay. So, they do raw input.
Do not do raw input is actually just for Python 1 and 2.
Okay, so
Python 3 has changed.
Okay, so then in Python. So I.
Yes.
Why did they do that? Okay, so it's down here. It's just input bracket. Now they close it like that.
Exactly, and here's why. So, I guess we're going on to another tangent because we're doing this. If we go to learn x, if you look up functions in Python 3, To define a function, you have to go def add x and y. I don't know, x and y. Return x plus y. Right? Is that how it works? I don't know. Let's compile it. See if he complains or not. Invalid syntax. Do you need a comma? Am I used to Haskell now? Oh, I have insert on. That's no fun. Alright. Oh, I use a colon? Hold on. Let me go to learn x and y minutes. Because basically what you're doing when you call print or when you're calling an input, you're calling a function.
Okay.
And so functions have a certain way they are called. And I'm gonna write my own so you can see it.
Okay.
La la la. You know, if this is in C#, I know how to do it. Functions. I see. Yes. So it is colon. So this is what I'm looking for. There we go. So a function is code that you can keep calling over and over and over again. So we're going to take your input that you wrote, and we're going to move it down here quickly. So basically now I made some code that can call over again called add. So you know how we you put an awesome sauce and it refers to a string that has the word Reaper in it?
Yeah, hang on a second.
Okay.
Remember how I was telling you about work shit?
Yep.
Give me a second. I got to go deal with that.
Cool. I'll wait. All right, so to those of you who are a bit confused, Asmodan and I spoke earlier, and he is on call for his work. He's the person where, like, if shit's going down, he's the person that called. There are people who will handle things before he does, but he's almost like the last person to call. So unfortunately, that's what happened now. And I talked to him about it, and because he's on call, he did get a huge pay raise, which is usually should always go with being on call. And if this means this is the end, that's kind of sad, but we'll probably do this again.
It's not the end. I can say that now.
It's not the end? Oh, he's listening to me. Okay.
Yeah, I'm listening. It's just when I'm typing shit out, I tend to like mumble it under my breath, and I just don't want people to hear that.
Oh. You're still on the phone, right?
I'm not on the phone. I got a message.
Oh.
So I'm typing shit out, but like I said, I mumble it under my breath half the time without realizing it. So I just mute myself.
Oh, just keep your muting yourself then. I'll just talk until you're ready. I can do that. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going good so far. It's going really fun. You guys can hear me. I'm also just kind of happy this worked out technically. Like, I got a follower, which is cool. But, like, no one's talking to me so far, which is fine. No one's replied to me on Twitter. But that's fine. I love you all. All you guys are great. So yeah, right now, I'm waiting for Asmodan to finish.
All right.
Yes, you're back?
I am back. Sorry
that was
that.
fast.
It was just something minor.
Okay.
It was just like, what? Wait, what? What's that? What are you talking about? And then I had to clarify from him.
I see. Okay. So back to the train of thought. So on line 9, we have a variable called awesome sauce, and it contains a string, and that string contains the word Reaper.
Yeah.
So on line 9, we have defined a function that adds two numbers together. To call that function, basically the label of that function is called add. So if we wanted to use that function, we basically go add 5 and 9, 5 and 4, and so this should return 5, 6, 9. But if we run it right now, nothing gets printed out when we call this. And what's happening is it's calling add, and it's doing the computation, but we're not telling it to print anything, and we're not telling it to store the value that's returned at all.
Yeah.
So there's two ways to print this. We could either do this. We could go print, P-R-I-N-T, add 5 and 4. And so in this case, it would actually do this first. This would return 9, and then it would do print 9. So this is basically the same as print 9. Or we could do a added numbers equals add 5 plus 5. No semicolon. And then we can do print added numbers. And then we can run it. And so we have 9 and 10.
Yeah.
So print is a function. So basically in Python, the backend Python code, somewhere in Python land, I don't know exactly where, the function print has been defined. And that's why we can use it without writing code of what print is.
Yeah.
So additionally, print accepts a string or an integer or a boolean or other things like that. It could also just be empty. And it's valid because if it's empty, it just prints a new line that's invisible that we can't see.
Okay.
So, because I did def add xy, that works, but I can't do something like this, add 5. And the reason why is because I'm telling it every time I call add, I need to give it 2 numbers, not 1. And I'll get a compiler saying I'm missing 1 requirement for the y argument.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is input. That is why input has these double parentheses, because input is a function, and the input function understands to go, pause, wait for user input, and then return whatever was typed.
Okay.
Yes. So.
Actually, I got a question.
Yes.
Because this is just my brain going off on the side.
No, please ask questions.
So when it comes down to this print thing, just to do a new line, right?
Yep.
Is it possible to do like this, and it'll do 2 new lines? It'll just print 2 new lines for no reason.
That would do 3.
That would do 3.
It would do 2. It would do 2 new lines because you've actually told it to print 2 new lines, and then the print function itself does a new line.
Okay.
So if we do print 4, and then we'd have to surround these with quotes. No semicolon. Jesus Christ.
And I'll fix that one for you. Put the bracket on there.
Did I do something wrong?
Before you, when you got rid of the semicolon, you actually got rid of the end bracket as well.
I made a mistake.
There we go.
Yeah, so there's 3.
It does do. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So input. So take a look at line 17, right? So add return. So the function add returns x plus y. And in line 17, we're taking that value that has been returned or given back to us from the function, and we're assigning it to the added numbers variable. So quick aside, 1 equal sign means assigned to. Okay. So the correct way, for example, to read line number 6 is to go the value 5 is assigned to the variable time since now.
Yeah.
Yes. For equality, we would just use the double equal sign, and we will get to equality later. But so that's technically that's inside. That's what it means. The equal means assigned. Double equals means equality. So with the information that add returns a number, and we assign that number to a variable in line 17, if input returns whatever the user typed, we need to also put that into a variable so we can refer to it, correct?
That's correct.
Makes sense? All right, so on line 24, what would you like to call the input? You can call it whatever you want.
So I just put it right after the brackets?
Before. You're assigning this to a variable, just like in 17 and 9 and 6.
Okay, so I would be... So I just do something like... turtle.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Turtle equals input. And now, what'll happen is when you click... believe I don't know if it'll pause. I think it'll pause. I don't know. Because I don't know how input would work on this. But I'm guessing it should pause and wait for input. Nope. I don't know how you would actually get in. Oh, here we go. Hello. Awesome. There we go. So it pauses for input. You type what you want, press enter, and once you press enter, so before the program stopped, the string hello was put into the variable turtle.
It was put into the variable where? Sorry?
Turtle.
Okay.
So now, if you wanted to print out the value turtle, what would you do?
So then go here, then do print bracket turtle.
Correct. And go ahead and run it and try it.
Run. Okay.
And then
So-
just click on the one where the text is outputted and just type something. Did you... Oh, wrong one. The window above it.
Window above it.
The window above it, where it says after.
Oh.
Click there.
All right.
Although that is a great
Okay.
word to use. I'm kind of surprised you know how to spell it.
I'm an asshole. That's why.
I see. There you go.
I really learned how to spell it just so I could throw it into people's faces.
I remember when I first heard that and I researched what it was. I'm like, wow, this is really hard for little 10-year-old brain to comprehend.
Yep. The original meaning was the act against getting rid of the Church of England.
Yup. Being against the disestablishment of the Terryism Church, I believe. Something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's weird. Anyway, okay, so what... And then, so now we have printing.
Mm-hmm.
We have printing. And so what I'm doing is called comments.
Okay.
Comments are basically ignored by the compiler. So line 2 and 6 are actually ignored and they won't actually be compiled.
Okay, so these would be just like that. Doing the pound sign, it basically just marks it as do ignore this.
Correct.
This is for the coder.
Yep. And so like it did on line 17, I'm like, technically this print add 5.4 goes into print 9. Then we did input. Cool, wonderful. So this is all fine and dandy. Segfault X. Input accepts a prompt string, which might make it less confusing. Oh, it accepts a prompt string? Oh, no way. I didn't know that. Thank you, Segfault. Segfault just let you know I don't know anything about Python, so thank you. So on my chat, what he just mentioned was this accepts input string.
Mm-hmm.
So we could actually do something like this. Type a string. Oopsies. Oh yeah, now it says type a string, so we can actually go YOLO. Cool. Except we want a space after that. There we go. Thank you, Segfault. So now we have input, we have functions, we have variables, we have printing. We now need one more thing. We need to do if the user typed this, run this code. Otherwise, run this code.
Okay.
Excuse me. Some people like to use the word branching. Some people like to use the words conditional. And the reason why I said it like I did was because we have keywords called if and else. Excuse me.
Segfault said that to clarify one thing, all of the errors you're seeing are runtime errors, not compiler errors.
Oh, are there Segfault? Are there is Python not a compiled language? Because yeah, it might just actually might be like this isn't a compiled language. Else. There it is. Okay, control phone and variables. Awesome. So it's if, print, elif. Okay, I get it. Cool. Just reading so I can. So now we have conditionals, and so we have if. So the words are if and now. So if this, do this, else do this. It's interpreted. Python does compile to bytecode prior to execution, but issues supplying the incorrect number of arguments or functions is something the pilot knows about. Interesting. That's interpreted. All right. Thank you guys so much. So now we need conditionals. So this is the same thing like if there are 6 eggs out of the store, get 6 eggs, else get 5 eggs, something like that. So, before we have to do that, I have to talk to you about truth statements. So true and false. Truthy and falsy. So saying, my pen is black is true. If I'm saying my pen is yellow, that is false, and I've lied to everybody. I am so sorry. Sue me. That was a bit loud.
Yeah.
So we want to capture that. So, so Boolean values, true and false, are actually in Python. They're keywords. We can't use them except for true and false. So basically, we have true and we have false. And the T and the F have to be capitalized. If we do T like this, Python will go, I don't know what you mean by this kind of true. You didn't define a true with a lowercase t.
Oh, okay. So basically, the capital will bring out the function. The lowercase it puts as a same thing as like awesome sauce.
Yes. So, however, true and false is not a function. Functions are defined by the brackets. This is a keyword. So all programming languages have like keywords that you can't use yourself. So, for example, def, return are keywords. So I can't make a variable called return. And so def it will tell the interpreter I'm defining a function. And then once you define it, it actually expects to see a colon, and then it's like, hey, whatever is over here, and once it's tabbed, this is the line that's part of the add function. So true and false, so true and false are keywords. So, and you can also, technically, potentially not useful for pedagogical purposes. True and false aren't. They're not? Oh my god, I'm learning so much about Python. Well, thank you. I didn't know they weren't keywords. I'm lying to you, Asmodan. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So with
you can do true, comma, false equals false, comma, true.
Truth. Yeah, it gets into weird stuff. So we can. So true and false are called booleans or bools. It's spelled B-O-O-L or B-O-L-E-A-N. Some languages use Boolean. Technical point. Okay. Some languages use Boolean, some languages use bool, and you can store true and false into variables like you did in line 7 with an integer and line 10 with a string. So I could do I am true equals true. I am false is equal to false. Oopsies. Like that. I'm gonna just do a lot of enters to move the code more up here so I can see it better because I hate looking at the bottom of the screen. So now I can go if I am true, print true, else print. Okay, so now we have to break this down. My knowledge is out of date. Python 3 did promote them as keywords. They weren't in 2x. My mistake. Well, now my chat's lying to me. Jesus.
Now, here's a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
For these if ones, for the print true, print false, don't they need brackets?
I don't know. Yeah. Oh, yes, they do. Right. The bracketless prints was in Python 2.7. Because I actually did a tad bit of Python back in college. I haven't done it in forever.
Okay.
So,
for example, print, the way true is there wouldn't work, but the way I had done false, so like I added the brackets, that would actually print the false.
Yes. However, let's try something. Actually, no. Before we try something, I'm not going to try it. Don't want to confuse you. So let's break down this if-else statement.
Okay.
So basically, if this evaluates to true. So by evaluate, you can put conditions in here. You can put expressions. If it all boils down to true, the true is printed. If this is, if anything else, so basically if this is false, this gets printed to here. It prints false
Okay.
instead. So since we did I am true, we go if, and excuse me, this basically boils down to if true, which will always be true, true, print true. So if we run this, and I'm just going to right now comment out these so we don't have the program pausing all the time. So if we print this out, true should be the last thing we printed out.
Invalid syntax.
Bullshit. I'm right. What did I do wrong? It's a comment! God. Fuck this game. Yeah, Segfault. I mainly do C#. C#, C, C++. You need the colon after the condition and else? You need colons? Ah! There, Python. Are you happy now? Fuck you. You're happy. God. Jesus. Yeah. No, I've Vaskina, yeah, I've done it where, like, I've done C# and then I move back to Java, or I move to C++, and I get confused how the prints work because both of them are different syntaxes. It's really annoying. But anyway, now Asmodan, if I wanted false to be printed, what would you do?
That?
I don't know. Try it. Good for you. So, good job.
Okay.
So, one more thing with logic is we have true and we have false. I can tell from your capitalized functions and camel case variables, neither of those are enumeric in Python. Yeah, I didn't look up exactly how to case my variables and functions. Yes, this is all from C#. And I'm not going to go into the depths of how to case the variables when I'm teaching somebody for the first day on Python. So, now we have true and false. We also have... Actually, no, I'm going to leave it here. This works. We now have what we need.
Okay.
We now have what we need. So I'm going to use something called a block comment. Snake case. Yeah, I'm going to use a block comment, a multi-line comment. So that's 3 quotes in a row. So I'm going to go all the way to the top to line 1. I'm going to put in 3 quotes. And I'm going to go to the bottom, line 42, and put in 3 quotes. So now... Basically, so I did a block comment, so I basically commented out lines from 1 to 42.
Okay.
Just so we have this, we can refer back to new. Python doesn't have block comments, that's just a multi-line string. But it says in Learn Python in Y minutes, oh, multi-line strings. Oh, so there's no such thing as, God, okay. There's no such thing as what I just did. Oh my God. So here's what we're going to do. Because I'm lazy. There we go. Cool. Now all of our old code has been commented out.
That's handy.
You're in this guy's session. I'm going to stop talking. No. Segfault, please keep talking. Please keep talking because I'm learning as well. You know, this is going to be a slapstick. We're going to all learn together. So thank you for helping me.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, the more that people input, the better everything is.
Yes, I agree. So, by the way, guys, since you're watching, I don't know how you're viewing me, either via Twitch or multi-Twitch, but Asmodan is pretty fucking awesome as well, so you guys should follow him, because right now you're going through Persona 5 Hard Mode Blind. What other games are you doing, Asmodan?
Doing the Ori and the Blind Forest on hard. I started way too many, and I'm not starting another one until I start actually finishing them, because I started getting distracted. So now I have to go all the way back and find out, because I have 6 games going right now.
You have 6? I've only seen like 2.
That's because I stopped a few of them for a while.
Oh.
I know I have like Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories because I got so pissed off at the setup of when they upgraded it to the PS4. The PS4, they gave it the Kingdom Hearts combat style, and then they didn't change the actual core combat, so it's all fucked up when it comes to like the combat. And it's really not paced well. So, and it just doesn't work quite as well as it did when it was a um, 3DS game or DS game or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
I also have a Final Fantasy X HD going. I have Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess going. Let's see, that's
That's a lot.
3, 4, 5. I'm missing one. So I did Persona 5, Ori, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Oh no, that's all 6.
That's 6. I see. Veskina, just Daisy, mostly otherwise code streams. Well, thank you for joining me. I also do a Haskell stream as well. You can actually look below, and I believe I actually have my YouTube link below, which I'm learning Haskell with as well. So you're more than welcome to watch that. All right, so the last thing we're going to do is we're going to put all this together. So we have inputs, we have printing, we have if and else, we have functions. All right, so basically now I want you to print out to the user some kind of action sequence, whatever, and then basically make them make a decision. And then if they do so, if they type this thing, make them basically go print something. Otherwise, if they type something else, print the other thing.
Okay, so I should have initially, I would need a print. I'm in the wrong box.
You are in the wrong screen. But that's actually where you can type. That's actually IPY sends you interactive Python. So that's where the REPL loop is. So you could actually put in Python stuff there. Just if you wanted to. You don't have to. Probably don't if you're writing the script.
Sorry, more work stuff. Just quickly looking. Okay,
all right.
So, no, don't worry. So it was like just a quick message. So. All right, so. How do you spell precipice?
I don't know.
I think that. Whatever.
No seg fault. I'm not going to teach Asmodee Haskell right now. I don't want his brain to explode.
And then.
Ah, no, shit. Bought my camera. Can you still see? Yeah, you guys can still see. Cool.
Okay, so if I do that, that will do a setup of it'll print out. You stand before a precipice. Do you jump?
Yes. One quick second. Let me send my wife a text. It's done like another 20 minutes.
Okay.
Well, because I told her I'd be done at 9. So.
Okay.
I mean, no worries. It's okay. It's not like if I'm not back by like 9:10, she's gonna die. It's okay. I'm just letting her know.
Yeah, I was actually meaning to ask you, like, how long were you thinking of going for this?
Just the end of here. Like you've learned a lot. You need time to sleep on it, to look it up, to try other stuff. So okay, you print. You stand before the precipice. Do you jump?
And thank you, Veskania, for the spelling of precipice.
Oh, did they help you with that? Oh, right.
It's on mine.
It's on yours. Okay.
Yeah, so now I need an input, which is going to be getting their input.
Yes.
So I'm going to be looking for a yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
So then I need to define.
Right now you can assume the user, who will be you, will put in either yes or no, and it will be correct. So don't worry about like if they type in something wrong or just something stupid.
Yeah, I'm like mainly aiming for like looking back now to see where would I put it. Hey, Nick Raptor, how's it going? Asma doing coding. Surprising. This ain't a speed run. Yeah, I'm not doing a speed run right now.
Speed run of code, go! Yes.
I'm doing well. I am learning very well from that programming guy. So, here, I'll just quickly do it. Make sure to give him a follow if you haven't already. All right. So now I need to do. Okay, hang on. I need to scroll down. So this would be the Boolean one, right? So then I would need to do yes or no equals essentially what. So let's go. Yes equals then would it actually print? So I could. Can I just do a string, or do I have to actually use the quotes for that?
What are you trying to do on line
Like
3?
I'd be typing out like, do you jump? If it's yes, you fall to your death, essentially.
I see. So in the if statement, you'd have to basically compare the string that has been given to you to yes. So there's two ways to do this. You can either put yes into a variable, or you can do something like this. You can just do like if I'm just gonna say blah right now. Whatever you want to do. If blah. Oh God, hold on. Compare strings Python. Basics. Hold on. Because different. Fuck a duck. Different languages compare strings differently. Oh, just equals equals? Okay, thank you so much. So if blah equals yes. Something like that.
Okay.
So basically, if whatever the person inputted is equal to yes, do this, then you can just do an else. Okay. So before we do that, I'm gonna bring this up here, so you can remember what the syntax is for if and else statements. Thank you, Segfault.
So at this point, I would be doing, so if bracket.
Where are you storing the user's input?
I have no clue. So I would need to put that in. So would it be in like the brackets for input, or
nope? Go ahead and look at what we did for the input down below. It has what you're looking for.
Okay. Where is it? Input. So turtle equals input. Oh, okay. So I need to actually put in. Let's do decision equals input.
There you go.
So
now you've stored the user's input into a variable called decision.
Right now, what we're coding is it's the basics. We're kind of doing a
simple game.
I guess choose your own adventure thing right now.
Yeah, choose your own adventure. I would say choose your own adventure.
Yeah. Okay, so if decision. Okay, now I need to do an if bracket decision
double equals.
Now I do this.
Correct. What? Yes or yes? It doesn't matter. Well, it will, but since you're gonna be go ahead.
Well, I'm wondering, like, will it matter? Like, for example, if let's say I do it capital YES, and then they type in lowercase YES.
Those are different.
They would count as different. Okay.
They would count as
Let's
different.
do this for now.
But as I said, you're the one doing this, so whatever works. You specifically didn't talk about comparisons, so this might be a tough assignment. That is true. I did forget to talk about comparisons. You are correct, Segfault.
You don't need brackets for if statements in Python. Oh.
Don't really?
Let's try that out. So if decision equals yes, or equals yes, then colon.
Oh, you don't? Okay. You don't,
So
huh?
Print.
I don't like how Python's whitespace bio Viskina. It's so horrible. Continue, Asmodan.
For an eternity. And die.
And died.
You fall for an eternity and die of hunger.
Yeah.
Because I am a morbid person.
Do it.
Okay, so then this one is else.
ELSE.
Whoa. I blame my finger injury on that, even though that's not the actual problem. Else print. Because of why not? Okay, so now
Sorry, I was typing. I just read that. Okay. Oh, my
Yeah.
notepad. Hold on. 1 second.
Yep.
The pic in the upper left. Oh. You don't like the picture of my notepad in the upper left? Is that what you guys don't like? Oh, it is? Oh, it's hiding this code? Oh, shit. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I should have actually mentioned that because I just realized that earlier that I moved my notifications over because it was kind of hiding the code.
I see.
And I didn't connect. Oh, I should mention that to you as well.
I see, yeah. I didn't forget about that. Well, I'm glad to know because I should not do that for my house code. Okay, there we go. Thank you guys for letting me know. Okay, so now run it.
Hang on a second.
Okay.
Nick's just like, choose your own adventure. I choose Skyrim.
All right, start coding Skyrim. Do it.
I know. Just do if decision is Skyrim, run Skyrim.exe.
Oh man, I wish it was that simple.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't. So run.
Oh, you did the wrong slash, but that's fine.
Wait, what?
You did the wrong slash.
Oh.
That's why that's why it actually printed out slash instead of a new line. Yeah, there you go.
Then I just type yes.
Try it again.
Go. Now run it again.
That's great. All right. As a matter of style, don't put a space between the parentheses and the function name in a function call. That is true. I guess. Oh my god, you don't have to. Okay, fine. You know what? Let's stop. No, we're done.
Okay.
So much stuff about Python.
So that what they're talking about, like for example, right here where it says print, I don't need to put that space there.
I believe I believe that's what they're talking about. Is you don't have to put a print there, which is just like.
They don't.
You don't. Yeah, correct. You don't. It's a matter of style.
Okay.
If I do that in any other language, I think. I mean, if I just do, hold on. Oh yeah, I wouldn't put a print space. I don't know why I was putting space in Python. You're correct. Anyway, so Asmodan, what we've gotten done today was we did our introductions. We spoke about why you're going to code, and we spoke a little bit about me. Spoke a little bit about you. We learned about printing, functions, variables, how to call functions, how to deal with the return values, how to get inputs, how to do if-is and else's, booleans. Now, there's a bit more, for example, comparisons, which you haven't worried about, but you kind of did here, which you can talk about more. But you have successfully made your first game. Is it the Boast and Thron game? Is it a AAA game? Are you going to get millions of dollars from this? Probably not. But
yeah, probably.
You did
but
make
at
your
least
game.
It'll get a few laughs.
That is true. And yes, actually, Segfault, that is true. Probably I'm actually, because since I have Haskell on my head, probably that's why the spaces are there, because of Haskell. But it'll get a few laughs. I'm going to put this on my YouTube channel. You can find the link below. Asmodan, do you have a YouTube channel or anything you're going to put this on?
Yes, I do, and I'm still actually debating if I'll be putting it up, but probably will. Just basically name it probably something funny like watch a city try and learn how to code, and that would be referring to me.
Mm-hmm. All right, so yeah, this is great. So for me, I'm that Pergamon guy. This is Asmodan0588, learning, just starting with Python. And yeah, lurkers who are lurking, thank you for lurking. Watchers who are watching, thank you for watching. I love you all, and come join me next time. And I believe that is the end of the stream, Asmodan. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you for teaching me, and thank you everybody for coming by. I'm actually probably just going to shut down the stream for about 5-10 minutes, set up Persona 5, and continue on with that because, I mean, I have it set up. Might as well keep streaming.
All right. See y'all later. Bye.
All right. See you later, guys.